What's up, guys? What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. So recently, Shiloh and Sanders, who are, of course, NFL legend Deion Sanders' sons, they had their senior day as well as their last, home game. And there was something very interesting that happened that the boys were trying to put together for their parents. And I wanted to play the video so you guys could see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. And then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions on this entire situation.
All right, we're going to try to do the impossible. My brother just got my mom from the stands because the senior night, we didn't know we had to walk. They're like, we're going to get them to walk together.
A quarterback from Dallas, Texas, number 2, Shedeursanders. The safety, number 21, Shiloh Sanders. Joined by Deion, Coach Brian Sanders. For all of our honorees playing in their final game at Wilson Field today.
So I don't know if you guys saw what just happened, but basically Shiloh and Shedeur, they were trying to set it up so that their parents could be at the same place at the same time, both cheering them on, at this very memorable moment for the both of them. And, we heard him say in the beginning, like, listen, the two of them do not get along. They're like oil and water. It's not going to happen. But they wanted to try to see if they could get that situation to happen in such a sentimental moment. So we see, the boys walking with their father, NFL legend. Obviously, it makes sense for them to be walking down the field with him. And then they walk and meet their mother, whom I'm not sure if Deion Sanders was any little bit aware of the fact that he was going to be walking them to his ex-wife, who he obviously wants nothing to deal with. But what we can see happen is that as soon as Deion got anywhere close to his ex-wife and he was she was in his visual capacity that he was able to see her, he took off running. Okay? This man took off running.
All of our honorees playing in their final.
He didn't hesitate. He didn't think twice. He was like, no, I got to get myself up out of here. And I wanted to talk about this because there are a lot of women who get themselves in these situations with their quote unquote ex-husbands or quote unquote baby daddies. And they are like so, unaware of why these men don't want to be in the same space with them, why these men don't want to deal with them. And it's like these women have, again, this is just all my personal opinion, selective amnesia to the things that they have done within their relationship or during the divorce. All the toxic things that they bring to the relationship, they want it to be swept under the rug and forgotten about because they're over it and they can't figure out why the man's not over it. So just to, jog a lot of people's memories, I decided to pull up some clips, okay? So I'm going to read to you guys some news articles of some of the things that Deion Sanders endured while in a relationship with, or while he was, in the space of breaking apart from his ex-wife / the mother of his children, and why this man took off running, even though there was no visual threat, even though there was so many other people around. I'm going to show you why this man said, I don't care what the situation is or how sentimental, I'm going to be running away from this woman any chance I get. So in this first article, it says, this is from CNN Sports. It says, the estranged wife of former football star Deion Sanders was released from custody Tuesday in suburban Dallas and said she hasn't been given a quote-unquote fair shake over allegations that she attacked him. Pilar Sanders was arrested on domestic violence-related charges Monday night, hours after Sanders sent a series of bizarre tweets saying she assaulted him. She said, I understand that I have very little chance at beating a Hall of Fame two-sport man that everyone seems to love and adore, proclaiming her innocence. I'm a full-time mom, 100% for my children, she said tearfully, and I just hadn't been given a fair shake. So what she's trying to allude to is the fact that she was, completely innocent, right? She didn't do this. She is this vulnerable, innocent mother who only cares about her children. She would never, inflict any harm on anybody or, be in a certain space that there would be any kind of toxicity. She would never do these things. But let's keep reading. It says the Kaale County Sheriff's Office said Pilar Sanders under an emergency protective order. Okay. So just like we saw him running off the field like it was an emergency, there was also an emergency protective order put in place. And she was forbidden from returning to the couple's home for 61 days and cannot threaten or harass any member of the family. In one of the messages posted on his verified Twitter account, Deion Sanders posted a picture of what he said were his children filling out complaints to give to police in Texas. Pray for me and my kids now. They just witnessed their mother and a friend jump me in my room. The first tweet posted at 6:15 p.m. read, "She's going to jail and I'm pressing charges." 2 minutes later, Sanders tweeted again. Then he said, "I'm sad my boys witnessed this mess, but I warned the police department here that she was going to try and harm me and my boys. That's on my mama." Shortly after that, Sanders tweeted a picture that showed him and his boys, 10 and 12 at the time, filling out paperwork. Filling out police reports now. Thank God for this platform to issue the truth. So listen, okay, I'm just going to say this. As we're reading through the article, I'm just going to also give you guys my opinion. Do you think that a woman who was, a man inflicted harm on this woman and she was so, distraught or innocent or whatever the case was, and, she couldn't believe that this man did this? I personally don't believe that she would be all smiles in this situation. You see, when you allow situations to play out years down the line, obviously they were 10 and 12 at the time. They must be, 18, 19 now, or somewhere, maybe not even 18, 19, maybe like in their 20s at this point. So think about that. That's a long time ago, maybe nearly 10 years ago that this situation happened. She's completely willing to stand there all smiles and take pictures. If he would have stayed in the situation and took pictures with her, she would have been all for it. We can clearly see who the victim was in this situation because he still does not want to be anywhere near this woman. All these years have passed, down the line from the situation, and he's still running. Okay? As I said before, he had an emergency protective order, and he ran as though he was in an emergency again to get away from this woman because of the things that she was willing to do to get a rise out of him or to be the demise of his stardom, his career, and also his bank account. Okay, let's go ahead and keep reading. It says here, Pilar Sanders was booked into jail Monday night on suspicion of assault, family violence, a misdemeanor, according to booking records at the Kaale County. Her bail was set at $264. I can tell you that there are two sides to every story, and the truth will come out in court. This is, somebody who said this was Pilar Sanders' attorney at the time. Then we see another article in which it talks about, Pilar Sanders and Deion Sanders when they were actually in court and the allegations that she came up with during the time. So it says, during testimony over child custody Friday afternoon, Deion Sanders erupted and shouted, "Oh God," before turning and walking out the courtroom when his estranged wife accused him of using steroids. Deion and Pilar Sanders are in court for trial to settle primary custody of their 3 children in their bitter divorce battle. As Pilar Sanders began to testify about the steroids, Deion Sanders stood up, muttered under his breath in disgust, and stormed out of the courtroom. He didn't come back until after the lunch break. He said, "Some things are just so unbelievable that you just have to remove yourself from the situation." Now listen, okay? This is what I want to say. You see, a lot of women, they want peace, right? They don't understand how they can look on social media and they can see how people are effectively co-parenting. They can see situations where baby mamas and baby daddies are in the same room, or ex-husbands, ex-wives in the same room with their new partners. They're able to effectively go to, their children's weddings, baby showers, events like this, and there is peace among all of them. And the reason why is because, and I have to be very honest, women in those situations did not take it too far or cross certain boundaries. Okay? This woman, no shade, no disrespect, I'm just reading what the reports are saying. This woman not only was trying to get full custody of their children, she also was trying to tarnish his entire career by trying to make allegations that this man, NFL, a legendary prime time. Everybody knows who Deion Sanders is. He is a legend in the game. Trying to make this heinous allegation this man was using steroids, okay? And trying to, again, tarnish his entire career because things are not going in your favor. And then expecting a couple years down the line that things are going to be kumbaya, that y'all can hug and celebrate this major win for the sons that the two of you created is delusional. Okay? It is very delusional. And for any of the women who are over here like, oh, it's not that serious. I've seen some women say it. It's not that big of a deal. He should have put his feelings to the side for his boys. He did his part. Okay? He walked them down the field. What else was there for him to do? He gave them the last name. Okay? Let's take it a step further. He gave them the talent. Okay? He passed his talent through his genes to his sons. What more was he supposed to do? And too often, women want a pass. Women want to point the finger and say, you did this, you did that, you wronged me, you did this, you did all these things. But when the fingers are pointed back at them, they want to sweep it under the rug. They want to forget about it. They want to not have to have the conversation and speak about it or talk about it. They just want to let things slide. And Deion Sanders is like, absolutely not. You will never get the opportunity to play with me again. Okay? You will never get the opportunity to play in my face, to sit in my company, and to be kumbaya with me. It's not going to happen.
All of our honorees playing in their final.
And again, a lot of women who want to, avoid accountability or avoid recognizing their wrongdoings don't like that behavior. They don't like when men stand 10 toes down on their principles and say, you're not going to play with me. I'm not playing this game with you. I'm not about to do it with you. They don't even want to talk about it. They want to sit there in their wrongdoing and allow you to just get over it. Again, like I said, because they're over it. They never offered an apology. They never came out publicly after making these quote unquote allegations. You know how many regular women do stuff like this? Get on the internet, call people bitter, deadbeat baby daddy and all these kind of stuff. They never get back on the internet and say, I was just in my feelings, or I was just in my emotions, or I was just bitter because the relationship broke up in a way that I didn't want it to, or, I wanted this person to have to stay with me, and because they didn't, I made all these allegations. Women don't do that. They don't do that. They make all these claims, false allegations, tarnish these men's name and character. And then a couple years go by down the line and they just want everything to be kumbaya, but they never step up to the plate and again, took accountability for their actions. So I think this was funny. Okay. I think that the Suns got a kick out of it because they were like, all right, listen, we're going to try this. We know that these two can't get along. They can't stand each other, but we're going to see how far we get with this situation. And you could see that, the Suns turned around and was like, where my dad at? He was gone. Okay. We know he had toe surgery and all of that. That did not stop him from hopping, skipping, leaping across the field to get away from this woman. Okay. And this tickled me. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was very funny. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this entire conversation. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.